Hey guys, what is it, recording?
Yeah, it is.
Hey guys, Brambus here.
It's not Brandon, that's Marco. Hey guys, it's hey everybody, this is Jesus with the Vambros, and I'm here with 3 to pass, or at least 2/3 of 3 to pass.
It's 2 to pass.
That's insane. And Twin Drive.
It's Brufus and Haptism.
It's Brambus and Haptism.
Whatever.
That
Who the heck was Brufus?
That was
Rufus
a dark
was Dark Irregular during V Series. I actually played that
It
deck.
was actually cool.
Remember his gimmick was you had to stick 3 copies of the same card within the soul?
Did you play that?
3 of your
I did
deals
play
are-
Rufus.
You played Brufus?
Dude, I played a shit ton of decks in V. Can we talk about V instead of all the bullshit we were going to talk about?
No, we can talk about that towards the end.
That means no.
Sorry. Anyways,
Another L for Brambus.
He's something you forget.
my name's Jesus with the Vambros. I'm here with
We got Caleb from 3 to pass.
Bog from Van Bros.
And Tyler.
And I am from
3
3 to pass. But yeah, anyways.
Sorry.
So I am a part of the Van Bros.
You are a part of the Vambros.
You know, we were supposed to talk about the implication of new draw triggers.
Yeah.
Let's
So
get into that.
perfect segue. So they
Hopefully
revealed.
they're not shit.
They, I hope so. They said that the next week on Tuesday we're supposed
No, it's
to.
just Thursday.
It's this fucking
Yeah,
Thursday.
you gotta upload real quick.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah, not
uploaded on
edited,
Wednesday.
bro.
Not gonna edit this shit.
Still want it raw.
So anyways, this Thursday they're gonna reveal a new draw trigger for the game. And there's some implications that it's going to be something cool. And the implications mainly coming from the community who at this point hasn't kind of realized that you can't really put your hopes up with Bushy Road. So I want all of us to be realistic, but not really. I want you guys to give me your copium take on what these draw triggers are going to be.
Why don't we do a realistic take and then a hopium take?
Well, okay, if anything, start us off, Mark. Bog.
Oh. Okay, yes. So,
Brandis.
for example, right? Yeah, Brandis. So, for example, my reality take is the draw trigger is going to have an act skill to put itself in the soul and give a unit 5k. Right? And, but what I would want it to do is maybe a draw trigger that's a cycler. So
Oh.
you discard it from ride deck, and then you can draw a card.
Okay.
See, because
What? So you discard it and it stays in the drop zone?
it just stays in the drop zone.
I would put it to the bottom of the deck.
Okay, that might be really broken.
Right, you only ride 4 times.
3
Okay,
times.
how about this? You could put it back, but you got to soul blast for it or something.
Maybe Soul Blast 1. Or Energy Blast 3. I hate Energy, but they love to
No,
use
because
that.
then you need to have the energy for the energy cyclers.
Yeah, well, you can choose to discard it. You know, now you have the energy. You have the energy debacle. Of do I use it for this or do I use it for that? It's a free resource. So now it makes going second a lot better because then you can start using it. But you know,
And also, like, if the problem with like draw triggers is like the shield is shit, it's like okay, discarding it gets you a new card. It's kind
that's
of more
true.
shield in your hand.
that's true.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? You just gave me an idea.
What if
You
it
just
did that
gave me an
same thing
idea
with just
for
the
like what it could realistically be.
Okay, well, why don't you say it?
Okay, you know, I'll say it, and then I'll have one of you two boys enter the ring. Okay.
Thanks, Stewie.
So my
Do it.
realistic thing is on place in Guardian Circle. You can you can pick up a card from drop and call it to Guardian.
Like an order, almost.
Like a
Similar
perfect
to
card?
an order. Yeah, kind of, not really like a perfect card. It would probably have a Sentinel restrict.
Okay.
I would probably
Wait.
do
On place, what does it do?
when you place it in the Guardian Circle, you pick a card from your damage zone and place it to guard as well,
And then
and then bind it when you're done guarding.
you said from your damage zone or your drop zone?
Oh, from your drop zone.
I was
Sorry.
like, what the fuck? This is
Yeah.
a heal trigger?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll run for that.
No. But
Oh,
see,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, I would
Oh,
probably.
but that's so broken.
It's not broken because you're limiting it to normal triggers or normal
they have
units.
those grade 2s
Oh.
that do that same thing that nobody runs. So.
Yeah, but this is a draw
Yeah,
trigger.
fucking grade 2 takes up space in your main deck.
Yeah, but so I think as a trigger that you're already going to run, I think it's pretty solid.
Mike,
Oh wait, but the trigger can't choose other triggers.
no.
Oh,
I
okay,
would
that's-
say the realistic thing is if you place it, it would call like from the drop zone,
A
like
normal unit or something.
a normal unit, and then maybe to be fair, give it +5 shield.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would
don't-
run those.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
don't
good.
get that. Yeah, because there's some
Um,
rear guards in certain decks that they get extra
On
shields.
Guardians.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And just so that you don't abuse it too much or you don't call the same rear, it binds it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and it also
it binds the trigger or binds the card?
it binds the card called.
Oh, Blankmeyer buff.
Blankmeyer buff,
You
Liel
removed it
buff.
from the game, Tyler.
I wouldn't remove it. I would say bind because then you can give some decks a buff too while
Zero
guarding.
buff. Hello.
That is a serious buff.
Yeah, except it's
Not
you know
really.
Yeah, I was about to say
Well, no,
something order.
you could actually just bind one of the the Grand Magics, and you're basically skipping a turn.
That's true.
No,
Wait a
because
minute,
it's
if we're
normal. It's
binding
normal
words-
unit. Normal unit.
Oh, it's a normal unit.
I was Zorga support.
Well, how about this? So you pick a card and give it 5k shield. No, that's
an
fucking
order.
crazy. That's crazy.
Okay, a normal
Good,
unit.
But that's
Normal
what
unit, grade.
normal unit,
Fuck.
normal unit, non-sentinel. So it's just a regular Joe Schmo fucking card, grade 1 to 2. Call it fucking grade 3 too, because it gives you 5k shields.
Some of them have 10k shield.
Yes,
Yes.
you could do that for Liel, right? You could bind like a blessed dragon Gabuelius, so you could just start the game off like running like that. But there's other ways for the deck to do it. So, but that's what my realistic, like, this is what that could be. But my copium thing is just that it's a draw PG.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Which one of the 2 to pass, 3 to pass, twin drive brothers?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I agree with Copium is draw PG. That's the best thing they could give us because it opens up 4 extra slots in your main deck.
Mm-hmm.
It takes
Deck
away
build.
the thought from front triggers. Like,
And it takes away front triggers.
Hey, can I take back my dog shit cycler idea?
No,
You
it
want
was a
to
good
just
idea.
you want to do drop PGs?
Yeah, well, ideally, yeah, draw PGs. But what I think is it's going to be, it's going to be the cyclers.
My other Copium thing would be like remove it from the game and activate Persona Ride because it activates the same thing as like the
Wee.
Sentinel thing where you don't have to run the grade 3s or you don't have to run the perfect cards. What I think it's realistically going to do, and this is kind of Copium just based off the soul front, I think it's going to remove from the game and countercharge 1. Because
Wait.
1, Bushiroad hates counterplay, and now you can't damage deny anymore. And 2, it fulfills a resource. And I would run that over a draw in certain decks.
Front?
Huh? I would run that over a front, yeah. In certain decks, the countercharge 1 is huge.
A good draw should definitely be ran over the front, I think, personally.
Yeah, I think so too. The reason people run fronts is because it provides more shield value, and it also just makes your offensive turns even more stronger. But if you have a card that fulfills a lot more than just a good offensive turn, like a good defense, then I can see people running it because of the fact that, like, why wouldn't I run this over that?
I just think it's because of the shield.
Yeah, it's
20K shield. 'Cause think about it, everybody just runs 8 fucking crit anyway because they want to kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
But the fronts, honestly, they kind of... the only good trigger is a heal and a crit. The other 2 triggers are honestly kind of trash.
Right.
They're good when you hit them. Like, obviously, fronts are good. Front row 10k is good. But I feel like the fronts are better because 20k shield is fucking broken in the way the game is.
Yeah.
20k shield is the best shield in the game.
Well, the thing that kind of sucks is they use front triggers to fulfill a lot for the game that they could have done for, like, other kinds of triggers. Like, we have, 1 special draw trigger, 1 special critical trigger, 3 special heal triggers, and then 2 fronts. And then those 2 things that the front triggers do are their 20k shields, which is insane for, counterplay. Or not counterplay, but for your defense. And it also has one that goes into the soul. You're not compromising too much shield, just 5k, but it's giving you a whole ass resource. So, that the draw trigger that binds itself or removes itself from game to countercharge I would say is actually way more believable of something they could do. I would probably say that they probably have one where you have to bind 2 copies of it to
Even then.
do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
And that would get
a counter charger draw to be.
I-
A lot of decks would fucking use
Yeah.
that. shit.
That alone I could see, and honestly I do hope it's a good card, just because removing fronts from the game just adds in more thought to your process of turn. It adds more thinking, which I think is very important. But Tyler, you had it was your move.
So, I mean, obviously everybody wants draw PGs, but if we're moving that aside, I don't know. I mean, this is really far-fetched. I've been playing with a lot of body fight decks, but I would be really cool to see triggers have, like, actual act skills. Not like on rear guard, but like from hand. That's kind of like an order, like the body fight decks do. Just to have it do something else. I don't know, like, even if it worked to countercharge, like, from hand like that, I don't know. Just the idea of a trigger being an order has always been cool in body fight. But what I think it might actually do is something with Persona Shield tickets, because they've been doing a lot of stuff with Persona Shields lately. But then I was thinking, I feel like drive checking it, and then drawing, and then also getting your Persona Shield is kind of broken, because then you get, +2 cards in hand? And then that's way more shield than what anything else is going to give you. So I would think maybe it's like, discard this card and get a Persona Shield ticket, because then you're at least getting an extra 5k shield. But then at the same time, then why wouldn't you just run the 10k draw triggers? Because that's almost the same thing.
Right.
So maybe it could be something like when this card's like called to the rear guard, you get a Persona Shield ticket, so it kind of replaces itself. But you could use it as a rear guard.
Ooh, that's cool.
That is cool.
So that is like where I feel like it's going to be. I feel like it's going to do something with the Persona Shield tickets because they've been doing a lot of that lately.
I think that a draw trigger that... What if you had a draw trigger that on damage check draws you a card but also adds a Persona Shield ticket to hand?
I like that too. Oh, actually, even like it could be a 5k shield that when it's placed on Guardian Circle, you get a Persona Shield ticket.
See, that's... Yeah, I could see something like that. Like,
But even then, it's only a 15k shield.
yeah, but who's to say you don't have two of them?
Yeah, but you also hit a draw, so
Yeah, think about it. Imagine, like, you hit a draw trigger, now you have an extra card in hand, you call that draw trigger down, it makes up for the lack of 10k by giving you a Persona Shield ticket, but then if you happen to have two draw triggers, you could call the other draw trigger, get another Persona Shield ticket, and you can use both Persona Shield tickets, right?
yeah, you can. You could use two in a turn.
Boom, bam, bop, bada, bop, boom, pow.
I
Fuck you,
think
Caleb.
I think they're gonna do something with Persona Shield tickets.
Here's what needs to happen. I need to be able to, for my turn, draw a draw trigger and not feel like I just lost the game. Like,
Okay.
what if it's like when you draw this card for turn, reveal it, discard it, and draw two, or something like that? I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah, that's not bad too. Honestly, I feel like, yeah, a lot of the problems with draw triggers is that they have a bigger downside compared to other triggers if you draw them, because like if you draw a heal, crit, or front, at the very least, minimum, it's 15k shield.
My immediate thought shouldn't be like I'm discarding this to ride when it's in my like,
Yeah. But yeah, that's true. But see, if you made it a cycler, then it's not too bad.
That's true.
But the thing, I mean, the problem just lies with that every trigger in the game is kind of like, obviously it feels worse for draws because they have shit shield value, but like, really, triggers are only used for shield, where back in the day they were actually,
You called
they were pretty good. Like, even like, why couldn't we have the fucking crits? You know how we have the ones that, like, at the end of the battle, put into the soul and give a unit 2k?
Useless.
So that's terrible, right?
Right, awful.
Why couldn't we get the ones on attack, go into soul, draw a card, plus 5k to your Vanguard? Isn't that infinitely better?
That, I think, is very smart. And I don't know why they decided to make them 2k draw. Or no, they don't even draw, they just give 2k.
That numbers, those numbers don't even make a difference for D standard. Like, in what situation are you going to be like?
You're an 8k grade 1, your opponent's Vanguard is a grade 2, you boost that bad boy with the other column, it goes to the soul, your grade 1 can swing now.
It's literally better to not run the effect crits because if worse comes to worse, you have to call it behind your Vanguard or a grade 3. It doesn't
I've
make
had
a
that
number
happen,
unless
yeah.
it's a 5k one.
Yeah.
In reality, that crit is actually just giving the 1k you're missing out from this attack
But
to the next
Also,
one.
it's very strange also that, like, the fronts that go to the soul just don't have power, so...
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they don't have power. That
Yeah,
is
they're
weird.
0. Well, that's because they
but that's
want you...
it's meant to be guarded.
Yeah, they want you to use it specifically just for guarding. So it makes sense, because I'll
But
be
it's not
honest.
like anyone's calling their triggers down. Nobody's calling their...
When push comes to shove.
If you're
Low-key.
calling triggers down, I mean, like, you're in a bad spot.
You know, low-key, I did beat your ass earlier with
Ooh, you
Razel
did.
by calling it by crit.
You did call it.
And then I lost. I got my ass kicked by the same deck for doing the same thing.
You mean your booty whipped?
Okay. But so far, what I've gotten is our hypothetical Hopium Copium draw trigger is a card that you can discard to draw as a cycler. We're adding my thing in where it goes to the bottom of the deck.
Sure.
Then when you call it to the Guardian Circle, not only is it a perfect guard, but if you don't have a card to discard, it can also call a card from drop zone, give it 5k, bind it, and
gives you a shield ticket.
gives you a shield ticket.
Uh-huh.
And activates Persona Ride.
And
People will
activates
cast card one.
Persona Ride.
And people will still run the front trigger.
Yeah.
Here's one more thing you can realistically do. What if just like auto anytime when this card is discarded, draw a card? Like if you discard to ride, draw. If you perfect guard with a draw card. If
Wait.
you like youth perk, discard, I get a
just-
drive check, draw a card.
I just had an
I don't
idea.
know. I don't think that-
Leon's super broken.
I just had an idea.
Leon
So,
would be the best one.
you know how, like, there were, like, the crits that when you damage checked it, it was a draw trigger? What if it's a draw trigger that when you drive check it, it's a crit?
This motherfucker.
What about a
Bring
draw
back
trigger?
12 crits.
What about a draw trigger when you damage it, you draw a card?
What about a
Kind
draw
of like the crits.
What about a draw trigger when you damage check and your Vanguard gets a crit?
Wait a second. No.
Fuck you, that's not right. You
Wait.
can't do that.
Wait, but low key, I think Tyler's spitting because think about it, right? In Premium, they gave us a crit that is pretty much just a draw trigger when you damage check it. why not have a draw trigger that is a crit when you check it for a drive?
How about this? When you
Right.
damage check a draw trigger, instead of drawing, you give your Vanguard a crit.
S. Yeah. And no, actually, if you check
On
this,
damage, by the way.
no, if you check it offensively, if you check a draw trigger offensively, you have to discard a card to give your Vanguard a crit.
Stop with the crit bullshit. This is
Bring
bad.
back 12 crit.
This is
Honestly,
bad.
low-key, we can't.
No,
have
do not
that.
bring back
That would
What
be
if
so
on
bad.
Guardian Circle it takes a unit whose crit is like
Oh my
greater than 1 and makes it 1?
Ooh.
Or like minus his power.
Oh my god, what if it has, instead of 5k shield like its shitty fucking draw trigger, what if these things have 100 million shield?
Dude, what if?
They're PG specifically for the OT.
What if it had no shield but you just drew 2?
Then that might be broken.
What
Yeah,
if
but
they,
no shield?
Yeah, you could draw better crits. You draw 2 crits, it's 30k.
What if it drops
We-
2 draws with no shield?
Wait, hold up. No
Oh, it
shield.
has no shield?
It has no
Wait,
shield.
Oh,
no
get the fuck outta here.
no
That card's
shield,
useless.
but on Guardian Circle, buying a card from your drop and it
Okay,
gets
guys.
that card shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
You
Yeah.
can run it with front triggers. and
You
then
can
people only
find
run
your
4
over
crits.
trigger from the drop, bro. Double
Why
guard.
would you not just try the 4
You get 250k shields if you do that.
That is true. But see, that's why they banned that fucking order for Dragon Empire, and you only ran one at that point.
That's true.
They limited and then they banned the fuck out
Yeah,
of it.
it went from 1 to none.
In like a month.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I think we had some pretty good predictions.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job when it came to fan casting for the draw trigger skill.
Can't wait till it has 0 attack, 0 shield, does nothing.
The next topic of discussion was the anime, the upcoming anime. I think we've talked. I had another video where I talked about the anime at Bandcast episode 3. Jesus won that by himself. But for this one, I'm gonna get the opinions of my friends. And I also had a few things I thought about. I was actually thinking about the anime before I went to like lie down at night. I haven't been able to sleep like till 5 a.m. like in the morning.
You tackling demons?
I'm not tackling demons. It's just it's so hard to sleep. You know, like it's like you want to see it be blue outside.
It's better to be hard sleeping than it be sleeping
It's
hard.
sleeping well hard.
Yeah,
But,
try being a Luard fan.
You know what's crazy? On Twitter, people are going crazy about Bahab. No, not Bahab Card. What's her face? Bad. The draw trigger.
Oh, bad?
Yeah.
What about her?
That's Luard's sister.
Is it really?
Yes,
Is
and
Lord of these cards?
She's technically not his sister. She's like his childhood friend.
Stepsister, I got
No,
it.
she's like his childhood
Isn't
friend.
Dagda his brother? And
Her
he's
older brother is
Dagda.
Dagda.
Yay. That's Ye's album, bro.
moving on.
Okay, crazy.
Crazy, you brought that up.
No, Dagda is.
That's Donda, you jackass.
Oh,
This is wrong, man. No, Dagda is Luard's. No, he's like his friend who's like a brother, and that's what Luard is trying to figure out a way to revive him.
So Dagda is Luard's brother who's cracking Bab.
No, that's his sister.
He's cracking his sister?
No, Luard's cracking his sister.
Oh.
Wait.
Luard's cracking Bab?
Luard's cracking Bab. Who
Dagda watches like a cock?
No,
Oh,
Dagda,
but that's his sister.
that's Dagda's sister.
And Dagda's
He's
the
just
Lord's
cool with
brother.
He's okay. He's like, listen, man, I know you're good for it, and you treat her well. And then Luard's like, I'm actually not gonna do any of that.
Yeah, check this out, drag shifts.
Yeah, literally. Anyways, back to the fucking point of the anime.
That might be the next anime.
I think we're gonna circle around. I'll say my piece last, just because I already kind of talked over what I want to see in the anime, but I have extra stuff I want to put in, pile on. Tyler, you brought up the point of discussion, so I think you should start us off.
So are we talking about in terms of what we want to see in the anime or what we want in terms of card mechanics?
You can do both.
Okay, for the anime, I just want there to be cool decks. I don't have a lot of preference. I'm okay with them keeping nations. I don't want it to be segregated back to clans because then I'm only going to see the clan I like get support every 2 years. So I'm okay with nations. I would really be happy if they stopped name restricting cards. I want there to be more generics that I can play in and out of decks, and if they forget to name restrict something too much, one old really bad deck is going to become good again because of it. I'd really like to see that. Now, I want them to do something else with crests. I hate energy. I like the idea of crests.
Wait,
I'm
sorry, can I say, are we talking just about the anime or hopes for the new series in general?
Both.
Game.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, my bad.
I hope that they just start implementing different ride crests. Like, you could choose to get your crest that gives you energy, or you could choose a different crest where it has different abilities that you could activate each turn, or just different crests. I want there to be the one that maybe give something like a multi, like one extra attack, or something that gives you like Persona Ride if you want to do something. Like, listen, I just want there to be crests that do stuff, because then you can like build the same deck different ways, which I really like.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was looking at Tyler like he had 3 heads.
No, but like it'd be really cool to be like, oh, okay, like when Gift Soul came out and everybody thought everybody was going to get different things. It's like, oh, I could run like my Ezel with Force or my Ezel with a Cell, and that would have been really cool. But I wanted to do something with. I don't want gifts back. I hate gifts. I thought it was I liked gifts until they brought Gift 2, but that's beside the point.
Right.
But
Gift 2 was fucked up.
it was so fucking. It's specifically a Cell, but I want them to give us crests that let us build the same deck in different ways, because then it's like deck building becomes cool again. There's different things you can do, and then depending on what crest you do, like you might want to build your deck more optimally for like defense or offense, and it would just be really cool. That being said, hopes for the anime. I don't want the main character to play Keter. It was really cool when we stirred away from it for a little bit and we went to Dragon Empire, but I feel like that was a safe option. And then we went right back to Keter, which was like, okay, why did we try to diversify here?
Yeah.
Like, just don't make it Dark States and I'm okay. Also, don't make it lyrical. Actually, it should be Stoicheia.
I was thinking Stoicheia or Brantgate would be cool.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, and I say this as somebody who like vaguely skimmed through the manga. The guy who plays Silhouette in the deck itself are really cool, and he's a main character, and it's Brantgate, and I just really like that deck. I thought it was really original. It's cool. So I just want to see other decks or other nations just get support. Have a main character that plays every nation. Obviously they will, but like just don't make it the main character. And just don't give us a big red dragon that restands the Dragon Empire, for the love of God. Just give us something new. Give us something new.
Something that more akin to like.
Excuse me. Don't speak for everybody, okay? Because I love that shit.
I was gonna say maybe something more akin to like. You know what's funny? Maybe something like not Narukami, but like Dungaree. Something with that.
I
kind
almost
of
You know what
Dungaree.
else? We need more Dragon Empire decks. Like if they want to be an Unga Boonga nation, bro, do more stuff like Alphard. That deck is so cool.
It's so terrible.
It's terrible, but it's, the idea of it is so cool. Like he's got this big ash drill, and he's putting it all in one shot, and he wins or he loses. But
he mainly loses.
But
they could be better.
It would be cool if
The
you
first
give
deck
them.
that only loses.
It'd be cool if you had a concept of like a deck that kind of has like a giant fucking like hammer, where like it takes one turn to lift it and then another turn to actually fucking smash with it, and, like have like an unguardable turn.
That'd be cool.
But like, and you can't just do that all the time. But eventually, like maybe 4 sets into it, like we'll make a card that lets you skip that cooldown turn, and then the whole deck is just really strong. But like something like that.
I mean, but that's kind of gone with modern Vanguard.
But we could change.
I don't know
It could change
Yeah.
because Vanguard kind of plays like you always set up your perfect turn every turn, and if you don't, you probably lose.
And
something like that.
I want them to go away from Persona Ride. I feel like they're not.
Sunrise fucking garbage.
I feel like they're not going to, but I want Vanguards to have something like an ability that gives your grade 3 something, but it's not Persona Ride. Maybe like discard a copy of your Vanguard and it like gets a certain skill for the turn. But like not Persona Riding and just getting plus 10k and like you draw a card. Like maybe you discard your Vanguard and your Vanguard gets a new skill to like stand a column or something.
You know, something that's cool that I could see kind of overtaking Persona Ride is like they could bring back the concept of like Persona Blasts as well as Strides. They could bring back older mechanics as well as maybe a new mechanic like when you swing, you can put a copy of your card into the soul.
That'd be cool.
Or something I've been thinking about for grade 3s, because you know the thing is, my main problem is the grade 3s in your deck don't do anything if it's not the same name as your Vanguard, because obviously now you're not Persona Riding all the time. But what if you had grade 3s sort of do something else where it's like on attack, like if your Vanguard swings, your grade 3 has a skill where you could put it into the soul to gain some kind of buff or a skill, like an on-attack skill. Like you had a rear guard skill for the grade 3, but then you could also kind of put it into the soul so that your Vanguard has that skill. Because
I like that.
most of the time, if your rear guard swings, your opponent's going to take that attack. But if you give more, like, I don't know, you could give it to your Vanguard to make it even more lethal, or you could have a skill where, like, oh yeah, you put this into the soul. If you don't have another unit with the same name on your front row, like, you gain some sort of, like, guard restrictor, like, you know, like, you give it a guard restrict, extra power, extra crit.
That'd be cool.
But the caveat, you can't use it more than once
I think that'd be cool.
in a battle phase. So, like, even if you're a restanding Vanguard, you can't use it multiple times. That's something I thought, but, you know.
I just had an idea while he was speaking, actually, too.
Yeah.
The way to make decks where you could take the same deck and build it differently, give us dual nation grade 3s.
Hell yes.
You know, Marco's a
You
big
literally
advocate.
took what I was going to say.
Here, I'll segue it over to you.
I was just thinking.
I'm going to segue it over to you.
So I was thinking the best step for, I don't know how the fuck you balance this.
I don't either.
But it's not my job. It's not my job to
It's
figure
not
that
Bushiroad's
out.
either, so.
It's not.
It's your job to have the want, and it's Bushiroad's job to fulfill it.
I just think, I always think when I play a card game, I love it when deck building is like fucking crazy.
Yeah, like, I want it to take like an hour to figure this out.
Yeah, or more, right? Like, and
Yeah.
even then, like, there should be multiple ways to win, right?
Yeah.
So I like the idea of like dual nation vanguards, kind of like, you know how Pokemon has like the fucking Pikachu and Zekrom or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where they have like 2 Pokemon on the card.
Yeah.
Put 2 fucking vanguards on that bitch.
That would
Literally,
be cool.
literally have like, why the fuck don't they have a Bastion and Alden card?
Golly.
Like great, like imagine, not even dual nation, just dual vanguard. That's not bullshit ass Legion, right?
That
Like,
would be cool though.
like imagine
2
like.
in 1, yeah.
Because it's like, you already have fucking, they're both Keter, they already have, half their fucking support works with each other, this stupid Alden and this stupid Bastion, they're both dog shit, right? So fuck, give them a broken grade 3, that kind of combines their 2 skill, you know, flavor-wise, right? Like, Bastion can, on attack, like, how about just keep the fucking skill, where, you know how he, like, bounces shit back if it's called on top of?
Yeah.
I thought, you know, when I first played that deck, I thought that deck sounded so cool, because I thought any time you called over, it just bounced back to your hand.
I thought that too.
Right? And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, there's a lot of combo potential. Turns out it's dog shit. You can only do it, like, once a turn, right? With
Once a
card.
game, isn't it?
No,
It's
no.
once a turn.
So, the Divine skill calls on top of units through his effect, which is how you bounce them back. But I was thinking, like, fuck it, just make that a continuous ability,
It should.
and then give the fucking rear guards drive checks or some shit like that. Like, you can do shit like that. So that was my big thing, is 2 Vanguards on 1 card. Or imagine a Xerath and Barukria card.
Holy
Ooh,
shit. That would
right?
be sick.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool as
That
hell.
would be cool.
Or who else?
Rezael and
You know, just
Blankmeyer.
Listen,
Leal.
I don't. Rezel Leo, Rezel Van, or Rezel Blankmeyer. You could have 2. You could have cards be featured in other cards to have different combinations of names.
And you can do, and that's exactly it.
Imagine a Trick Star and a Trick Moon.
Exactly. The thing is, I liked how in G, it kind of tapered off towards the end of it, but like the Luar Diablo build, like being able to kind of mesh 2 engines into
It's-
one
right,
deck,
because
you
when
had
you
2
throw-
Vanguard
right,
names,
right.
right? It's kind of like, oh, I can play the Bastion shit, I could play the Alden shit, because both my Vanguard's name has both Bastion in it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So that was my big one. Dual Nation Vanguards might get a little tricky, but, I mean, like, what's to say you can't just, you know, move like a Starkea Nation into Keter and just give them the 2 Vanguard thing again, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I just think it opens up Pandora's box for deck building. Dual
Yes.
Nation cards would be cool to be able to kind of use 2 different sets of generics, 2 different sets of card support. But like I said, you know, I don't even know where you fucking begin kind of balancing that. But definitely the 2 Vanguard thing, like the Pokemon idea, is cool,
I like that, yeah.
right? And yeah.
Oh man, and you can even evolve it to a point where like you have 3 in 1 card.
Dude, you can like honestly, like it's just the next step up. Like
Yeah.
instead of making the support so xenophobic, also like it's just cool. It's just really cool. You
Yeah,
know?
it is really cool.
And I guess were you guys gonna say something?
I think that would be great because I want them to go back. I don't want Stride to come back because I want them to do something new. But I want there to be something that makes it to where every grade 3 turn, like there's options. I'm not just gonna do the same thing every turn.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I want deck building to be fresh and new and actually take thought. And I want the grade 3 turns to feel different. Like I can have options to do stuff.
Right.
And 2
And-
Vanguards would do that.
2 Vanguards would do that, and obviously draw PGs would free up, you know, 4 slots. That's huge in a lot of decks.
That's true.
Well, that's true.
And in terms of the anime, yeah, I think let's bring back Aichi in the game. I'm joking. I'm joking. I never want to see that again. Now, we just need a really cool main character.
Not even blue hair.
If he looks like Akina on you, I'm riding.
I just like, I
Well, they
don't
will
know,
because
man.
it's not planned.
And we need to, I don't know, the anime needs to have kind of more epic fights and more kind of strategy in them. I mean, it's tough because like Vanguard's kind of like, pants on head. But I feel like every episode I watched with Jesus, it was Refister Ghetto Critical Trigger. Like that was literally that was the ending of every. And granted, I didn't watch like the beginning of Divines. I don't know if it was better, or if it was worse. But the last season we saw, or I watched bits and pieces with you. Every fucking episode was, why do I play Vanguard? Refister, get Critical Trigger. This is why I play Vanguard. Because you're winning! It's so convenient! You know, when I fucking lose, I don't want to play this shit. But when I win, let's run it back. But this fucking hockey is a piece of shit, man. He's just lucky. Yeah, no shit. I'd be a fucking Vanguard, bro, if I got your checks.
No, but low key, like he had no business winning the
he sucks. He's like, I'm gonna cut my heels. Are you stupid as fuck?
Hey, but
with his sister's life on the line, mind you. I'm thinking of cutting my heels.
And
your sister's dead.
He also cut PGs.
She's flatlined. But yeah, it definitely needs a more compelling main character. And honestly, the cast is fucking garbage. The supporting cast around Aki was garbage. I'll say it.
I like one character.
Dude, what's the name of the fucking jacket guy I hate? Jewel?
Ichiro, the LeBron James of
dog shit. Who else? Fucking...
I'll be honest, I don't like any of them in Divines, except Kurumi, but that's biased.
Kurumi's cool, yeah.
Kurumi's cool.
And we both play Sarah.
What's her sister's name? I like the sister too.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
I like... See, I don't like...
sorry to cut you off, but God, I play his deck. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Kagetsu?
Kagetsu. I like Kagetsu.
I hate that bum.
No!
I hate that fucker, bro. He's such a bum, bro. He did nothing
in that season. Is Kagetsu the red hair guy?
Yes.
That plays Mythic bullshit?
Yeah.
Where's my ruler?
Dude, he sucks.
In the prequel manga, sure, he's moving. Like, at least he's, like, actually, like, having card fights. But, like, in this season, man, it was so tragic. He did nothing. He's like, yeah, that's right, kiddo. That's right. That's how you play the game. Whoa. He loses. He lost. He lost
to it. He lost on a 6 damage heal and getting over triggered though. So like,
because the deck does that. the deck does that. His deck puts crits back in the deck. He had no business losing, and he calls a giant robot. Anyways,
but yeah, better characters for sure. We need.
Ooh, just a thought real quick.
Yeah,
what if they did like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing where like the units were just the main characters? We just cut out all the human bullshit.
You know, I've always thought of that kind of like more of it's the lore side of the Vanguard.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work.
But at the end of the day,
for marketing and stuff,
Yu-Gi-Oh makes their lore videos like YouTube 10-minute videos.
Yeah.
And the show is really about the people playing.
Well, they don't even have an anime anymore.
Of course.
Gold Rush ended, and so like I don't even think they have any plans for a new anime.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. They just need to liven it up. It's so like, oh my god, this is why we play Vanguard, bro. Just have some fucking fun. Like go to the card cafe, play with the cat, pull your booster packs and your booster boxes and shit like that, and just have some fun and give it, go wacky with it. I'm tired of them going to work. I don't want to see anyone go to fucking work.
That is true.
Ramen shop.
There are episodes where they just go to
I don't want to see. I don't want to see you date. I want to see. The Link Joker come and start fucking everybody's day up, and you're just like, oh shit, I guess we have to do this now.
Right. I go on, Caleb. I'll put my point in as soon as you're all set with yours. But I have something about that.
Thank you.
For the new anime, I feel like I wanted to start out with it being like, the episode of the week, right? Like in G Gears Crisis in G, when they had like their quests every week.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And then you build up to like the world ending stuff. And it doesn't have to be a tournament arc every single series. Oh
shit, I forgot.
That shit is
my
boring.
Fucking god. Can I hate for a second?
Hate, bro.
Yeah, dude, I completely forgot that the last three fucking seasons were all tournament arcs?
Yeah.
It's just like, if your guy who's playing your deck loses in the first round, okay, you're not getting support.
You're not getting support!
It's like, okay, it's not
true.
It is so true. You literally broke.
The saddest thing is, I feel like that's all they know how to write in order to sell these decks. Because think about it, right? The first season of Overdress and the second season of Overdress was more of a gang war. It was like there were a bunch of teams that were getting their flags ripped, right? And so they had to go to the one team that was ripping people's flags and beat them. So it wasn't really a tournament, but it was more so like high stakes, like, oh, this is what's going on, even though the high stakes is just flag burning. But then, like, okay, Will Dress Season 1 is you've entered this tournament. Will Dress Season 2, we're still doing this tournament. we'll address Season 3. We're finishing up this tournament. And then Divine Season 1, we've got a little tournament. Season 2, we're running back that tournament. Season 3, hey, let's start another tournament.
And then they
wrap
make
it up.
they make it seem big because it's like, but this tournament's for a wish, guys.
Yeah.
Bro, at the end of the day, you're just watching a fucking tournament, man.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
Make
not
somebody with a dying sister enter a tournament for his wish to bring his dying sister not to die.
If his sister was blind, it'd be okay.
You know,
how about go through a journey and not just play in the tournament, like where you have to connect with your cards or something,
Like
or you
Doctor
have to.
Strange.
Just some bullshit. Just make something up, man.
You know,
It's a fucking cartoon.
I don't
Like,
know if you guys have been rewatching Season 1 because it's airing right now.
Yeah, it's
but
they like remastered it or something.
yes. But in Season 1 of Vanguard, Aichi's deck, the deck he plays against Kai in the second episode,
Horse shit.
it's so fucking bad. He runs 4 copies of a grade 0. He runs 4 copies of Star Called Trumpeter, the original starter that had
grade
no
0,
forerunner. But he runs 4 copies of it. He has no grade 3s in his deck. He built his deck without any grade 3s, and then when he saw a competent player use a grade 3, because in that first fight that he had with Kai never used Twin Drive. He always used Overlord skill to be able to swing multiple times with only 1 drive. But then when he saw Misaki use Twin Drive, he realized, oh, grade 3s are actually really strong. Picks up a Gancelot. He loses. He realizes, oh, I don't have a winning image. He's given Kyanite's Alfred. He wins. He loses and wins and loses and takes those losses and learns with it. But you couldn't do it with Akina because the second he lost, he's out of the fucking tournament and his sister's dead. So it's like they have to introduce these characters with a low stakes situation. They could be like, oh, hey, are you new to town? Come over to this card shop. We'll teach you how to play
Also,
Vanguard.
half his support that he got was like, whoa, I got this card in my dreams.
Yeah.
He didn't make any fucking conscious decision to
Yeah.
run a card. He's like, oh, this is a cool gift. I'll stick it in my dog shit deck list.
And so funny.
I'll cut some shitty card that I'm playing.
So in the first episode, he buys a quick start deck with Rev CL,
Oh my god, fuck you.
2 booster boxes, a few packs, and sleeves, right?
At least you got
Yeah,
sleeves.
like a true noob.
And so you're expecting me to believe that he's given a Rezael from Gabuelius, right? He had 3 more copies of Rezael in his deck. And like almost all of the fucking cards that he used are gone. None of the cards from the quick start deck made it to his actual final build. Not even Soel, because the Soel in the quick start deck doesn't even have it if you go second draw.
He literally only bought it for the energy generator.
He bought it for the
Yeah,
energy
I did.
generator and for the triggers.
Just like everyone else.
Wait,
maybe it is realistic.
But then he bought booster boxes instead of signals.
And that's the thing. When we assuming we get a new deck for each nation, every single one of them needs a trial deck.
Yes.
Like, there's no reason that Rezael, Varga, and Levidross, all 3 did not have entry-level product. That's
crazy. That is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
You know, in Japan, they had a Destined and a Fated box that came with a quick start deck, 4 copies, I think, of Rezael and 4 copies of Varga.
they were just basic.
The basic
builds.
quick start deck
Okay.
with 4 copies of Rezael and Varga, the over trigger for the nation, and then like a couple tokens.
Did Rezael never get a trial deck?
No, it was the
That
rest
was
of
okay.
it.
Crazy.
It was only
He's a
the start
fucking
deck.
main character.
Yeah, no, they didn't have any They didn't have any starter product.
Even the icon decks, they should have all been trial decks, honestly.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like, why is the Ren and Chrono one not?
They shouldn't.
And the Uranus one, like, why are they not? Actually, Uranus can fuck off. Like, who plays that shit? Like,
Hey,
disrespect.
no,
Disrespect.
honestly, I get it. He's a main character.
Oh, he was a main character. Sorry, I completely forgot about dog shit Shinamon.
No, but Shinamon's a good art.
Was it? I never watched that. I didn't care about Shinamon.
Honestly, Mark, I think what we'll do one day is we'll
We
watch
should.
some Shinamon. Because I honestly
Was it really good?
people consider it to be one of the best Vanguard arts in the entire
Okay,
franchise.
can I take back what I said?
You can take it back.
Okay,
You didn't
fine.
know. You were.
I didn't
You didn't know.
I was just, yeah.
No, I was finished.
Yeah. Oh, but the Uranus deck is terrible.
It is awful.
In terms of cards, what we need, though, I think we all agree deck building. I don't want to look for, like, a deck profile. Skip through to the end to where they show all the cards, play the deck once, and, like, have mastered it after 2 games.
I
Like,
mean, that's kind of how it is.
I want to have to watch multiple deck profiles so
Yeah.
I see different ways to build the deck. And I think I want something like the icon deck, or instead of icons, they have like traits, like how Digimon does it, where it's like, oh, like this is like avian, and like this
Yeah.
deck can use any bird. Like,
Ooh,
make it to where
that's
I could
cool.
run this grade 3,
You
and
know-
then they print like a new bird grade 3, right? And I get Persona right on top because
So
they're
that's
both
so
avians.
hard when you have nations. because it's like
They tried it though.
What I propose is we open the borders, right?
go nationless.
Don't go
Ooh,
nationless.
I like that.
But like how Digimon, there's a red Guilmon and then there's a purple Guilmon. But if I'm playing a Guilmon deck, like there's still some synergy there. Like I can place it on top.
Like
like
the
that.
Mythish for Blangmire.
Exactly like the Mephisher Blankmire.
Like,
yes.
because it works with Blangmire, but it actually works better with Phantom Blangmire.
Honestly, get rid of Lyrical and open up the nations.
Open the border.
Honestly, I get the
Tear
lyrical.
down
The
wall.
lyrical.
I get the lyrical. I understand the lyrical hate because like it's it's a very small group of people who actually really like that deck, and it's no longer the stigma of like it's like lollies, because a lot of the lyrical decks nowadays are just
Fully grown and sexy.
They had to be.
No, not gonna say that part.
They have legs
No.
now.
But
Yeah. Beautiful legs.
the coolest thing I think about it is the concept of lyrical is that it's a school for idols, right?
Oh, I
but
forgot.
they're
I
all
shouldn't have said that.
but they're all from different like nations. Like you can legitimately see like there's war beasts that come from Stoicheia. There's like fucking ghosts that come from like also Stoicheia.
Is it turning out that Lyrical is what we wanted all along?
It's one of the few nations that has multiple playstyles. But the only problem with it is, the barrier to entry is really high because the staples are really expensive. Staples in general are expensive.
Also,
Stoicheia
lyrical
super
is just
expensive.
lyrical's just dog shit nation.
I think Lyrical has some of the most interesting card design, locked behind low power, low ceilings, and like pretty poor aesthetics.
Yeah,
for
no,
some of the
because
decks.
lyrical decks, I'm always like, oh, this is kind of cool what this does.
Yeah.
Right, like Flam Glam, that's actually a pretty cool deck.
Is that the dragon one? The
They
Dragoids?
look like rock stars or something, and like they like re-ride like the grade 0 on top of the grade 3 to like do another Vanguard swing.
I really, actually, kind of going with what Caleb was saying. I really liked the one. It was in the Christmas booster. It worked off like Dragoids or something like that, and it made like all your Dragoid cards get like 5k shield or something.
Yeah.
And like all your Dragoid triggers got plus 5k power. That was really cool.
There's a lot of decks in Lyrical that actually have really interesting playstyles. It's just they don't they honestly, for those, it's like they design the cards like and how they work. They don't really know how to make the numbers like strong, and like I feel like a lot of people are just put off by it, which is, I mean, it's fine.
So-
you
so
can
it's
have
like,
your
why
own.
would
You can have your own preference. It's fine. You can have preference, but like, I don't know. It's kind of sad because I want to see some of the lyrical playstyles be trans. Like, how the fuck is lyrical though? How is lyrical the first deck to have lock? Like, she's definitely from Brancade,
That's true.
but she has lock in lyrical. Like, why didn't Orphis have it? Orphis in the lore is the one who gave Artasaria the ability to lock. He is literally her manager, or not her manager, but he's her
You
like.
discovered her.
He's like a talent agent. Like he literally, like he pays for her. He's like her sponsor. So like,
Orphis doesn't lock yet? Whoa.
No, Morphos doesn't do shit. He just plays with his tokens all day.
all he did was he taught her how to like summon Shadow Army tokens.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then she's just kind of figured that shit out.
She kind of just like, oh, you can
She's
lock.
like, dude, I can turn on this column face down.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I want to, to piggyback off what you said, starter product is a must. If you are starting a new era, you have to make it easier for people to get into the game. You have to make it so that the one thing too is like, let's not make a starter deck that has a brand new like mechanic in it that everybody needs. I feel like for the first starter deck, it should just be something like, hey, this is a deck that's going to get you started with the game. In the booster box of that comes out the week after or 2 weeks later is where we're going to include all of the crazy shit that you can play, right? And not only crazy shit that you can play with existing decks, but these precons are also pretty good. Not as strong as the pre-existing decks, but if you upgrade them, then they may actually have a fair chance of beating you. That's to piggyback off what you're saying. But were you saying more?
I think we need something like flags from Buddy Fight, like Dragon's Y, how you can play, and like going off the whole trait thing, you can play any dragon. Like Youthberg Phantom, this is the deck I just played. Imagine Youthberg Phantom had an effect on him that said you can run any like dragon from any nation.
Ooh,
That'd be cool.
that would be cool. Because you know what you could run? You know how like in Dragon Empire, there's a drag ritter that when you, I think, you guys know how like at one point in set 2 we got double R's like Aberrus Rester. Keter got a dragon. So it's like, if like Keter got a dragon, then like, oh, I'll just put this dragon in Youthberg.
Yeah, because you could put the moon to the drop and then play the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, what's his name? Ordeal Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
So
No,
then-
Ordeal is the MLB.
How do you
What's his name?
if we plan on like going crazy and opening the floodgates, how do you like balance shit from not
Not our
getting
job.
crazy.
Not our job.
Because the thing is, as like great as Vanguard is, it's kind of held back by the 6 damage thing. Because like things can be so much more flexible when you have Vanguard's not a regular game. It's so hard to.
It's such a unique.
It's
game.
very unique, right?
Very
In
unique.
a sense that, like, yeah, I do like your idea of like the traits, kind of a nationless thing, like more like how you're saying, like a flag, right? You could play any fucking whatever the hell, any knight, any bird, any whatever.
Ooh, implement it
Well-
into a crest.
That's literally.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
Instead of getting energy that.
But the thing is,
You're
a lot
allowed
of
to
times
run
in
that.
other games, it's balanced because say you want to play red bird in your bird deck, right? Usually you have to supplement your deck with enough red cards to sustain. Like, there's no mana, there's no cost for anything in Vanguard, right?
Right.
So it's like, how do you make this work? How do you make this fair?
That's where you implement dual nation vanguards.
Dual Nation Vanguard, yes, I get that, right? It's kind of in the same sense as like
Yeah.
the 2 named Vanguard, but
Or,
God, that's just so hard to like. You're right. I'm overthinking it. Fuck you. But
well, I think you can definitely have it where it's like, because Vanguard cards are also just not that crazy compared to like other cards. Like in Magic, there's literally a card that says like if this unit dies, then like you deal damage to your opponent, and then they have like lands that deal damage to your minions or to your cards. And so like they've created a loop where you could literally call this from the grave, so you can keep calling it to just loop your opponent, right? There's cards that, like, you can literally make a computer in Minecraft. Same thing with fucking like Magic. You can literally have it compute anything you want.
I would love to.
Vanguard cards have a limitation where the limitation is a heavy cost.
Yeah.
I
If
would.
you're running too many good cards, they're all probably going to have
Okay,
counterblast and
counterblast.
stuff.
I wish there was more ways to win because obviously we get into this design of, and we get pissed off at it. It's like,
Well, there's two
Oh,
ways
oh,
to
well.
win right now.
yeah, you play Yakuza or you play the second best.
No, you either reach 6 damage or you deck out.
Or you scoop.
Okay, but that doesn't count. But what I'm saying is, like, made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, there needs to be. Yeah, when the goal only is to like hit 6 damage, and there's no way of kind of scaling that, I guess by crit, right? Like, but it's so weird because each deck has like 3. It's I don't know how to describe it really, but it's like the tempo of each deck is all the same because you're all just trying to rush to get the other person to 6 damage. When in other games, that's not the plan. Like, some game plan is to burn, some game plan is to control them until they run out of cards in hand. Then you start hitting them, right? But Vanguard is just kind of like, of course, every deck has to have huge power, huge multi-attack, huge, on-attack Vanguard skills that enable front row power, stuff like that. Just because the only win con is get to 6 damage as quick as you can, right? So going first is also so broken because you're the first one to be able to Persona Ride to get a more broken turn. So I think they need to figure out a way to...
Oh, there you go. Balance it. Don't give Dual Nation Grade 3's Persona Ride.
Yeah, honestly, shifting away from Persona Ride is the move because Persona Ride is just a bad mechanic.
I think it's just playstyles that could be introduced. Because, yeah, I mean, ultimately, there are different playstyles in other card games. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has Chain Burn, they have Exodia, they have stuff like that.
Well, that's older. I'll stick up for Vanguard in the sense that
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Plays the same too. It's all OTK combo swap anyway,
Exactly.
right? Like even when you even the fucking trap decks, they just enable a big combo, right?
Exactly.
That locks you out or something.
I think Vanguard does need a bit more cards that are just like not win more by attack, but win more by damage, like paying damage. Win more.
I was actually thinking, right? What if? Because I was thinking of the Gale deck, right? And how that was kind of like an Exodia-ish deck. Your opinion on whether those are good or bad, right, is whatever. Buddy Fight did also have cards to counter playstyles like that, through loyalty. Was it loyalty that you couldn't call more?
Loyalty, Buddy Block.
What was the one you couldn't call more than 3 times?
Loyalty.
It was loyalty, right? They have cards like that. But I was thinking, what if there's a card like the new Glendios or something, right? And his thing isn't like the Omega Lock you lose, right? It's like at the beginning of your turn, you can lock 2 cards from the top of your own deck or something, right? And you can do something. He has an axe skill where he can call a locked card onto his own field or something, right? But basically, his win con is he reaches 10 in his own lock zone.
Yeah.
Or another one, the Gale idea I had was every time you fulfill a certain condition or something, right? Maybe it's calling grade 1s, right? You gain +1 on a counter, and each time you hit 5 on the counter, you can do something. It's like a Soul Blast or something to deal a damage, right? And that's not once per turn, right? So if you have a really crazy turn, obviously you can't kill them with it, right, or something. But even then, why not? Fuck it. Well, if they're able to pull that shit off and you're not able to stop it, obviously, I'm saying this. This is years in the future. Because honestly, I don't think Vanguard's design is going to change that drastically, where it can enable playstyles like that.
You could see a drastic change. I feel like right now they're just limited right now to what they can and cannot do because of the fact that they have this current set of products that are going to be released.
I just want more ways to win by dealing 6 damage, because power gain, crit, front row is like, it's cool and I get it. And honestly, they've been doing better with the more recent kind of decks coming out.
Yeah.
Like, I actually do have a lot of fun with Xerath. I have fun with Ren Icon. But it is just kind of like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So just multi-attack and power and stuff. And they need to, I don't know how they reset it back to, like, making a 3-attack deck, like, good. But I don't know.
Caleb, do you want to wrap up your thoughts on...
That was actually all the thoughts that I really had.
Forever.
Okay.
Forever.
For me, my quick idea for the anime, honestly, my two major wants for the anime. I want the main character, whoever it is, whoever they are, I want them to have an actual rival in the series. We have not had a character with an actual rival since the original Vanguard. Because if you ask anybody who's Aichi's rival, they're going to say Kai. The villain of the story was Ren. And eventually, Kai and Ren, or Aichi and Ren, kind of became like, they weren't ever rivals. They were more so like kind of two sides of the same coin. But at the end, it was always Aichi and Kai, right? Chrono didn't really have a rival. Like, you could have had...
Kazuma kind of had a rival.
Not really, because like honestly, Kazuma probably had a rival more in his brother Kazumi. Yeah, they were rivals. But like Chrono didn't really have one because like I think they tried to make like Shion his rival, but that didn't really amount to anything because they kind of just made 3 rivals to each other, but they were already teammates and they didn't even have rivals initially.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
Villains. Shinamon didn't have rivals, or he didn't have a rival. He just kind of went up against a corporation. And then I guess that, they had somebody turncoat on them, but like there hasn't been a proper like TCG shonen rival since like Kai. I can't really think of Divines or Overdress. I think the closest is maybe Yu Yu and Raika, but then they slowly made Raika like a rival to Michiru, and not even. It's like more of a one-sided rivalry. So it's like I want to see the main character. And I want to see that character have a rival. Because then you literally have 2 things that can drive the plot forward. Oh, is the main character faltering? Then you have the rival pick them up. Is the rival turning evil? Then you have the main character defeat them. It's so easy to write that stuff in, and it makes for compelling stories. But I also want a good, like, secondary cast that doesn't have their whole world revolve around the main character.
Yeah.
Because if you look at all the other characters that are in there, like, sure, they had their own backstories, but then Divines really fucking, like, bit the bullet when it came to, like, Akina harem.
Yeah.
Because you had Akina, and then the second person was Nao, who was, like, his fucking, like, teacher / love interest, and then you had Kagetsu, who is surprisingly related to Akina, and the fact that, like, he is the cousin of the 2 girls that were friends with Akina. Like, it all just became Akina-centric. Even to the point where even fucking Raika was like, yeah, I've been studying you up a lot. So, like, even characters who had nothing to do with Akina were centering themselves towards Akina. And then, like, it had the cringiest shit, like, in Season 2, where, like, he became king. And, like, all the other, like, Fated One users were like, yeah, he's our king. Like, he's the guy that we pick. And it's like now...
heel triggers, by the way.
Yeah. And then, by the way, the guy that he beat was the runner-up for the second deluxe tournament. Yeah. Akina defeated, canonically, the second runner-up of the deluxe tournament after being in a tournament for a few days and learning how to play Vanguard in the span of 2. If that doesn't tell you that even the company itself knows that the game is super easy and not like hard at all to understand, then I don't know what.
He won the tournament of his life, and he didn't know shit about the game.
He won that tournament, and then he didn't even know if he wanted to continue playing.
I played for 10 years, got 1 top 6 my whole life.
But I think that's something I want. I do want more like slice of life stuff in the terms of like, I don't want the first season to be like, oh, a giant fucking meteor hits the ground and a fucking alien comes out and it tells the kid that he has to play Vanguard or else the world's going to be destroyed in 10 days. I don't want that. I want it to be person moves into town, or a person is bored with whatever, right? Like they don't know what to do, and so they go to a card shop, and that's where they meet the cast of people, right? Each with their own fucking problems, each with their own stories, but they introduce them to the card game, right? Like, because that's the most common thing. You go to a card shop, and that's a good way to kind of like have somebody watch the series with you, like you learn about the universe through this character.
You should start learning how to play by printing proxies off of his computer.
You could have him study matches. Like, you could have him literally, like, scenes of him learning how to play the game. Like, he can open packs. He can sleeve up cards. He can show him, like, on his computer with, like, a bunch of cards thrown around and, like, watching fight videos, like, on, like, some YouTube clone or whatever.
Or maybe a video off the Van Bros or 3 to Pass to kind of
exactly.
brush
He's
up
watching
on some pointers, like some deck fights and stuff like that.
He's watching 3 to Pass. But, like, I don't know. I just want to see something like that, and then I do want to allude. Like, I want them to allude to the main bad guy, but not like instantly. Like, maybe show him like walking, like, or like in a news snippet or something like that. Like, and make a bad guy like an actual bad guy.
Make him bad.
Yeah, like make it like a guy that wants to like. Honestly, Asuka is probably a realistic villain because Asuka wanted to take over Card Capital after Shin's brother, Misaki's dad, died. She wanted to take over and make that another Asuka shop or an Asuka card shop so that she could have like a certain amount of card shops around the world that she is the owner of. And she had her own intentions, and they were pretty good intentions, but like, I don't know, have something realistic like that. Like, have like a bad guy that wants to take over like some aspect of like the game, and it's like, oh, the card shop's in trouble, or my neighborhood's in trouble, or the game. Maybe this guy wants to own the game of Vanguard, and like, they do it that way.
No, that's cool. That's a cool idea. I was thinking of something
like a Pegasus,
I was thinking of something similar like that.
Cool, yeah.
And then it's like you can have the main rival, maybe either join him because like, oh, I'm not seeing that I'm progressing enough. So like, I'm not progressing enough in the card game, so I need somebody to make cards for me that can actually beat you. Like, like that's the final like thing. It's like the main character and the rival with cards designed to beat him.
Yeah, the whole Sybil thing, that could have been really cool.
Sybil,
this whole mind pollution thing. I thought that was like sounded really interesting, and then they just kind of like made it a tournament, and it's like,
didn't go anywhere with it.
okay, like why is this not polluting every card fighter? Why did you leave it amongst? It's like, oh my god, my sister's mind polluted. Like, okay, bro, I know you're gonna fucking win by the end of it. Like, nothing crazy, nothing surprised me, and it's like.
You know what could have been cool?
What?
After going through all of that turmoil and fucking finally defeating Sybil, like, you could have had them, like, or you could have had now, say, like, in season 3, like, she fights Akina, and she's playing, instead of playing Vargas, she's playing Sybil.
She should have.
And he's like, whoa, we just defeated this thing. And she's like, yeah, but, like, every card deserves to, like, be played and stuff, like, yada, yada, yada. Like, I want to give Sybil the chance after, like, finding out its backstory. Because maybe while they were merged, she understood why he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that drives a wedge between them. And, eventually now it's like, oh, now you have a character whose flaw is, I don't know if I can trust this person.
I would have thought it would have been cool just to see, like, it on a much bigger scale. Like imagine the pollution hit, like, the entire card shop, the entire town, right? So, like, the city's just gray with fucking polluted fucking card fighters, right? And and then it's like, you got to figure out how to basically beat the curse, right?
Ironically enough, that's literally what Phantom is.
yeah, right?
The Crimson Moon
And
was.
that season's
The big tower and stuff. Yeah, the Phantom shit was good.
That season was good. I just could not agree with the fucking. I couldn't agree with the good guys.
Oh,
It's like, oh, this guy. Because think about it, right? Like, look at the guy who plays Blakemeyer. His parents are dead, but like in this reality, like they're alive. And Akina's only reasoning for him is like, dude, no, come on, like they're bullying our friend here. Like, your parents are dead, man. Like, come on. But like, I don't know, like. And then you had another guy whose dad was like completely fucking outed to be like a scumbag politician and was arrested. And the thing with him, his character description was that he hated Akina so much. And I'm like, oh, I wonder why he hates Akina so much. Like, we've never seen him before. It turns out the only reason he hates him is because he's a Mythish fighter. That's it. They couldn't have made it like, oh, the person who found out his dad was a corrupt politician and the person who put him behind bars was Akina's dad, who's a detective.
It's just racism.
that would have been
Like, that could have been like a thing. Like, no, he holds a personal grudge with Akina because he sees Akina as the son of the person who destroyed his family, even though it was his dad. Maybe that's how Akina could, win him over.
Yeah.
But no, it was never anything like that. It was just, oh, he's a Mythish fighter. He's red, I'm blue. It's really dumb. Like they really made things super like they made things super simple, which in the end did not help out anything in terms of story, and that's why you see the manga is more popular because they're not popular, but more people praise it because like at least like in the manga like the story's a bit deeper. Like Suzune's grandma shows up in the manga after Suzune is defeated, and she's like, I don't know why, but I feel lonely somehow, even though she doesn't remember Suzune at all because the phantom version of her completely disappeared. So it's just an old lady who's living her life, but she feels empty. So it's like they had stuff there. They had stuff, but they just didn't do anything with it.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you actually saw Kagetsu play.
Kagetsu's cool. I like Kagetsu.
Yeah. Ultimately, better ingredients.
Better pizza.
Red Robins.
No, but more compelling story in the anime, less Geto Critical Trigger Refister, more compelling design choices in the future for decks, explore alternate pacing to the game, bring back G-Guards, please.
Yeah, G-Guards would be nice.
Like, I'm tired of fucking having, should I run one or two of the freestanding heal?
Hey, buddy, let me just discard a fucking heal and make that decision then. Because I'm going to feel like a total dick when there's a Vanguard swinging at me for 2 crit and I have the restanding heal. I'm going to feel like a real dick.
With,
That's why I run vanilla triggers.
I know, yeah. Me too, because it's just like, well, they can't hurt me.
I'll hurt myself.
And with that comment, we're going to end the podcast here because we're now running at an hour and 8 minutes. And we are 18 minutes past the time that Caleb had to be home.
Okay.
So thank you guys for hearing. If you made it this far, what's your fucking problem? It's been Jesus with the Van Bros.
Caleb with 3 to pass.
Bog from Van Bros.
And Tyler from Free to Pass.
And we all hope you have a great night and better week and even better month and even better year. I don't know.